洛杉矶道奇队在本赛季例行赛中展现出无可匹敌的统治力，而其中的灵魂人物无疑是日本超级巨星大谷翔平。随着他在赛场上一次又一次打破大联盟百年纪录，美国各大主流体育媒体和名嘴专家纷纷陷入狂热，公然讨论大谷翔平是否早已超越贝比鲁斯，成为棒球运动史上最伟大的球员 GOAT。然而，许多传统派球迷与专家依然对此持怀疑态度，认为仅凭全盛期的爆发力，是否足以与那些征战数十载的长寿传奇巨星相提并论？这种颠覆传统认知的讨论，正在全美引发一场前所未有的棒球观念风暴。究竟大谷翔平是用怎样的异次元实力征服了挑剔的美国球评？他那令人窒息的投打数据背后，又隐藏着何种超凡的求胜心态？接下来，我们就透过中文字幕来收看这段精彩内容。
Half of the season and he wins it. So I'm sure it'll be a definite subplot to look into. Last thing on Ohtani, kind of a fun one I've been just kind of thinking of. I mean, you mentioned getting to 500 home runs. I mean, if he gets 30 home runs a year, every year after this, I mean, he should cruise past 500. And there was a really awesome tweet by Sarah Langs where she pointed out the most strikeouts for a home runs, and Shohei 765 strikeouts, 300 home runs. Babe Ruth 501 and 714. My favorite though is Anthony Rizzo 1 in 303 and Ted Williams 1 in 521. Those are good ones right there. But my question to you guys is do you think we need to see Shohei climb up there for those all-time counting stats, the Hank Aaron's, the Willie Mays, the Barry Bondses, to be considered the GOAT? Or to me, I think it's just the raid stats and you combine the pitch and hitting. I think that kind of, I know GOAT narrative is very hacked, but like, I mean, just do you think that that's a part of the equation as far as the all-time counting stats for Shohei Ohtani, Jerry?
Listen, I'm not big into longevity stats because you could stay for decades and pull up numbers. I've always been a guy impact. What has been your impact? What did you look like in your prime? Did you absolutely dominate in your prime? And that's what we're seeing with Shohei Ohtani. Now, I expect him to get to 500 home runs. So when it all said and done, you know, he hits 550 and he has X amount of wins as a pitcher, and his ERA's, you know, 2.5 as a career as a pitcher. You can't tell me he's not the greatest baseball player ever. You just can't. And I think that's the thing. And I forget, it may have been Sarah Lang who tweeted this out a couple of years ago. What we're seeing with Shohei Ohtani, it's like Aaron Judge and Gerrit Cole in one player. That's Shohei Ohtani, you know, so that to me is absolutely elite. And again, no disrespect to Babe Ruth, no disrespect to Willie Mays, Hank Aaron, Barry Bonds, Ken Griffey Jr. If he continues doing what he's doing, and I said it when he hit the 3 home runs in the NLCS to help us win the NLCS and strike out 10 in 6 innings. What else do you want? This is Lawrence Taylor, Tom Brady in one. I always used to say Michael Jordan was Lawrence Taylor and Tom Brady in one. Offense, defense, complete dominance. That's what we're seeing in Shohei Ohtani. Offense, defense, complete dominance. So some other people think that he needs a couple more years to go to have that stamp. Fine. I totally understand that. But if he does that in the next 3, 4, 5 years, and he does get to 500 home runs eventually and is continuing being a dominant force on the mound, it's going to be hard to make a case for anybody else.
Yeah, and he's about to get that. I mean, he's going to get the 5th unanimous MVP, could win a Cy Young. And Fabian, we know, based on your jersey, you're very familiar with GOATs, yourself and Lionel Messi. Knowing Shohei the way you do, like, how much do you think it's his front of mind, just the North Star of his career, of just wanting to go down and be the greatest player to ever play this game?
I think so. Yeah, like, absolutely. I think all the guys kind of think about it that way. At least, like, you have to acknowledge it, especially when you sort of understand you have a chance to do it. I think to the longevity point, like, I know obviously he gave that interview to the Japanese magazine about a month or so ago, basically talking about like his pitching career. And basically he doesn't want to think about it as like, oh, I want to keep pitching till I'm 40. Like, no, I want to have this dominant stretch. Like, I want to do the best I can do at doing both for as long as I can. But I don't want to do that by taking something off the table. Like, I don't want to level throttle back just to say like, oh, I kept hitting and pitching at a solid level at like 37. No, he wants to show the best version of himself on both sides of the ball for as long as he can until his body gives out. So I think understanding that, like with guys, you always kind of talk about like peak versus like entire career. Ohtani, like I think if he had to choose one of the two, he would choose the peak, which
absolutely,
I absolutely understand. Like that is something where like you're going to talk about the stretch that he's had from 21 till 26, this prime of his career. Like that's as good of a prime as you could have. Understanding that he's doing both, understanding that even for a stretch of that prime, he wasn't doing both, and he still did something that the sport has never seen before. So that's what people are going to talk about more than like if he did that, if he hit and pitched at an all-star level for 20 years.
Ask any athlete. Do you want to dominate for that 10, 12-year run, or do you want to be great for 25, 30 years? Yeah, it'd be nice to be great for a long time. It'd be good. You want to dominate. Give me that dominant stretch. Any athlete will tell you that. They want that dominant. And guess what? Fans remember dominance. And that's what Shohei Ohtani is.
Starting pitcher? I mean, this guy's special, too.
Oh, yeah.
This guy is absolutely outrageous. This is the greatest baseball player of all time?
Yeah, bar none.
Okay,
Not even remotely close.
Like right now, people are going to say, well, if he does it for 10 years.
I think he's won, 3 MVPs in a row. He's won a World Series. Like, no, I don't even think – I really don't think there's an argument to be made anymore, and that's hard for me to say because I'm a big-time Yankees fan, and I think Aaron Judge is, one of the best hitters on the planet. It's not even close how much better this guy is than everybody else.
Here's some Hembo stats on Shohei Ohtani, who's not only grown the game, obviously, here, but internationally in a huge way. I can't even imagine what the Japan numbers are going to be for that particular game, especially with sleep cycles.
Yeah.
There's 2 baseball games back-to-back. They could have caught it at any time over there. He's first in MLB history to reach base 9 times in a postseason game. First in MLB history with 3 multi-home run games in a single postseason. Intentionally walked in 9th, 11th, 13th, and 15th. 4 pitch in 17th. Shohei has reached base in 10 straight plate appearances. Single to end MLB record for consecutive PA.
Yeah, plate appearances.
Reaching in a single World Series. So everything's back. And, he's starting pitcher tonight for the Los Angeles Dodgers. And when you think about his pitching, I did a deep dive.
Okay.
B.A., you were there with me.
I was with you, baby.
I took a deep dive in this thing. He can move that thing in all the directions.
Oh.
He can take that ball a little bit north there. It's got a 4-seamer there. Okay, that rises about 18 inches. He can take that thing southward, curveball. Guess what? That goes about 18 inches. You do some math. That's 36 inches vertical movement. Okay, that's outrageous, is it not? And then let's talk about the horizontal, the east-west, if you will. He's got a sinker and a splitter that go more than 30 inches in different directions. He's 30 by 36, this guy, in the amount of movement. So this is just some ass pitcher. This guy's the guy. He's got a splitter, he's got a sinker, he's got a sweeper, he's got a fastball. I mean, he's got all the pitches out there, and he's also getting on base 9 different times. So today, just 24-hour period here for Shohei could be one of the most special in the history of baseball, I'd assume, is how this will be talked about?
Yeah, he's just stacking them up at this point after his last outing as a pitcher, striking out 10 guys in 6 innings and hitting 3 homers. It's ridiculous. And going into tonight's game, like the big thing now, too, is both teams used everybody in the bullpen. Every guy that was available had to pitch last night. You have some guys who are typically used to throwing maybe one inning and like a handful of pitches. Like they had guys who had to throw 40 pitches last night just because out of necessity. If Shohei has his best stuff, that eliminates the need for them to go to the bullpen. Like you're just looking at the starters, and while I've kind of always said he's unbelievable, his hitting though is far superior to his pitching. When he's on, he's still one of the best guys in baseball. So if he can give them 6 innings and eliminate the bullpen, like it is just such a massive advantage. Like it'll be tough, but for the Blue Jays losing that game last night, it might just be like, how much do you have left? Because it's a kitchen sink game tonight. Like you just have to get lucky and throw everything and hope that you get the Shohei early.
Yeah, so best baseball player ever. Is there an argument to be made that he's just the best athlete of all time across all sports?
That's going to become a conversation, is it not? How long can he do this? I guess everybody is expecting him not to be able to do this for that long. Is he going to be able to do this for the foreseeable future? Because I think my research told me, too, that maybe, when you get to the Dodgers, the way they kind of develop pitching, he might just be only getting better and better as a pitcher, just like as people kind of get older, especially in the LA Dodgers kind of system. And then I haven't even talked about this. He's able to do things that not a lot of other people are able to do. He throws a sinker out of a high slot. So optically for the hitter, I mean, that's just a completely different ballgame. He's doing things people haven't seen before. So greatest athlete of all time is certainly a fascinating question. Like, how long does he have to do it for? I think is all anybody will use for the judge. Like, that is all the argument. In my eyes, I love the guy. Let's just put him on, literally. Let's put him on Rushmore of everything immediately. But as soon as I heard that this guy could throw the ball 100 miles an hour accurately and 100 miles an hour off the bat, what was that, like 3 years ago when he was with the Angels or whatever? Yep. It's like, this guy's greatest baseball player of all time. Baseball people at the time, rightfully so, saying, let's hold the horses here. Now he's proven a BA. When you think about this type of competitor, this type of athlete, what is it? Do you think it's his obviously he's physically gifted like hell, but his mentality is just one of those different ones that the greats have? You think?
I don't think there's any doubt. But you got to throw in 50 stolen bases.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Damn.
For a pitcher, a hitter, and 50 stolen bases. I mean, that.
看完美国主流媒体对大谷翔平的评价，我们不得不惊叹，这名球员正在将棒球这项运动推向一个全新维度。在赛博计量学 （Sabermetrics） 的世界里，以往我们用 WAR/OPS 来衡量打者价值，用 ERA 和三振率来评价投手。但大谷翔平直接将这两套顶尖的评价体系融为一体。正如名嘴们所言，他就像是打击端的 Aaron Judge 与投球端的 Gerrit Cole 结合体。这种在单一赛季同时维持1.000以上的 OPS 并在投手丘上投出100英里火球，展现垂直位移高达36英寸的变态球路，简直是物理规律的奇迹。更震撼的是大谷那种宁选巅峰，不求平庸长寿的纯粹心态。很多球员为了能在大联盟打到40岁，会选择分配体力或放弃二刀流，但大谷只在乎将自己的天赋彻底燃烧，在极限的状态下展现统治力。这不禁让人想到乔丹、科比和布雷迪，这种非人般的自我约束与身体保养，才是他能在狂飙50次盗垒的同时，还能以先发投手身份压制对手的根本原因。他追逐的不只是赛季的数据，而是要成为无可争议的历史第一人。你认为大谷这种牺牲长寿性、追求极限巅峰的 GOAT 心态，是否比单纯累积数据的伟大更具传奇色彩？在你的心目中，大谷是否已经超越了所有体育项目的传奇巨星，登上运动史的总统山？欢迎在下方留言分享你的想法，我们一起交流探讨。谢谢大家收看今天的影片。如果你也深信大谷正在创造棒球史的奇迹，别忘了点赞分享，并订阅我们的频道。我们下期影片再见。